Hello there, you're watching New Vision TV News. My name is Lynn Komjisha. Thank you for joining us. We're bringing news around the world, news around the Ugandan country as well as the East African region, of course, broadcasting from the New Vision newsroom. Now, the second and last aircraft of the Uganda Airlines touched down 3 p.m. today at Entebbe International Airport. The colorful function was presided over by the State Minister for Transport and Works, General Katumba Wamala. The two CRJ-900 planes have grown to the fleet of 4. They have been received by Bombardier commercial aircraft at Entebbe International Airport. On August 28th, Uganda Airlines launched inaugural commercial flights to 4 destinations. And the 2 planes flew first to Nairobi and subsequent flights to Juba, Dar es Salaam and Mogadishu. 5 judges of the first instance division of the East African Court of Justice have been appointed to hear the age limit appeal by city lawyer Hassan Male MABIRIZI. They include Ugandan judge Monica Mugenyi, who has been promoted by President Yoweri Museveni to the Court of Appeal. Others are Principal Judge Dr. Faustin Nteziryayo, Odance Nyigie, Charles Nyawero and Charles Nyachae. According to the hearing notice issued by the court registrar on September 24th, hearing of the case will start on October 29th in Arusha, Tanzania. On May 3rd this year, MABIRIZI petitioned the court seeking nullification of the Constitutional Amendment Act 2018 that okayed the removal of the presidential age limit in the Constitution. Now, farmers in Bulisa district have resolved to sue Uganda Wildlife Authority over destruction of their gardens by wild animals from Murchison National Park. The farmers from Bugana Chichuke village, Bulisa sub-county, claim their gardens have been destroyed by elephants, baboons, monkeys and wild pigs. Now, according to Alice Tindyebwa, a mother of 9 and 10 grandchildren, elephants always invade the gardens around 6 p.m. until 4 a.m. Then they return to the park. Tindyebwa adds that all residents spend sleepless nights shouting at them. Tindyebwa adds that when they called the game rangers to come and chase the animals from their gardens, they instead asked for fuel, which they say she could not afford. Bugoigo Rangers in charge Jacob Omuyo Enris denied asking for fuel from the farmers. The NRM Secretary General Justin Kasule Lumumba camped in Kanungu district for 2 days to solicit for NRM support ahead of the 2021 general elections. Lumumba, accompanied by Chichizi East Member of Parliament and also State Minister for Urban Development, Dr. Chris Baryamusi, and Kanungu Woman Member of Parliament Elizabeth Karunji, addressed rallies in Kayonza, Cheshero, Kanungu Town Council Friday, and 2 rallies in Chihihi Saturday as she concluded her visit. In Chihihi at Mayor's Gardens, where Lumumba met all the district leaders, said the MP Chinchizi West, James Kaberuka, disagreed with majority NRM members about the Constitution Amendment, and that's why he was not part of the team. Moving on, local residents within Kidar in Tudor Parish and Naka Sub-County, Nwea District have called for an urgent bridge along Kidara River. The residents are forced to remove some of their clothes and shoes to cross the fast-flowing water to their villages in Tudora village. 62-year-old Dorothy Lacote has asked the government, especially the leadership of Noya local government, to help grade their community road and urgently construct an access bridge across the Kidara River. We now head into news around the East African region. From Rwanda, Rwandan authorities have paraded 5 suspects in a deadly weekend attack who told journalists they were from FDLR Hutu militia based in neighboring DR Congo. The attack, in which 14 civilians were killed, took place near the Volcanoes National Park, which is famous for mountain gorillas. It is an area repeatedly targeted by Rwandan rebels operating from the Democratic Republic of Congo. One such group is the Democratic Forces for the Liberation of Rwanda, created by Rwandan Hutu refugees in eastern DRC after the 1994 genocide of Tutsis by majority Hutus in Rwanda. We now take a look at news around the world. Mauritius will hold legislative elections on November the 7th, according to Indian Ocean Island nation's Prime Minister Pravind Kumar Jugnauth. In a radio address, Sunday called for the dissolution of Parliament. The polls for 5-year terms in the 70-seat body are expected to lead the horse trading to find a majority coalition made up of members of several parties. The last elections in December 2014 led to a coalition between Le Pep, the People, and Jugnauth's socialist militant movement. In Mali, 1 peacekeeper was killed and 5 others wounded Sunday when a roadside bomb exploded in the strife-torn northeastern part of Mali. The peacekeepers were carrying out a security patrol near the town of Agrelhouk when the device exploded, according to the UN peacekeepers spokesman Oliver Salgado on Facebook. In January, 11 Chadian members of the United Nations Multidimensional Integrated Stabilization Mission in Mali, also known as MINUSMA, were killed in an attack by jihadists in Agrelhouk. That attack was claimed by the group to support Islam and Muslims, which has sworn allegiance to Al-Qaeda in the Islamic Maghreb. The price of petrol went up again in Zimbabwe Sunday, this time by more than 25%, the latest blow in a country battling out of control inflation. The Zimbabwe Energy Regulation Authority announced the price of diesel would immediately rise to 16.64 Zimbabwe dollars, about $1, while petrol would go up to 14.97 Zimbabwe dollars. At these prices, a fuel tank of petrol costs more than a month's salary of a cook or a maintenance worker and more than half a month's salary for a doctor. The main opposition movement for democratic change condemned the move in a tweet on Sunday. From the USA, a second whistleblower has come forward with first-hand information about events that triggered an impeachment investigation into President Donald Trump. The original whistleblower alleged Trump abused his power as president by attempting to withhold U.S. military aid to pressure his Ukrainian counterpart Volodymyr Zelensky into seeking damaging information on political rival Joe Biden. Now, as pressure mounted over the weekend, Trump pushed back in typical fashion Sunday and accused House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, who announced impeachment proceedings last month, of being guilty of treason and called for her to be impeached. We'll now take a break and return with news in business. Welcome back from that break. Let's look at news in business. In business tonight, Bank of Uganda has, in the October 2019 Monetary Policy Committee meeting, decided to reduce the central bank rate by 1 percentage point in response to the expected path of macroeconomic indicators and the international economic environment. The CBR has been reduced to the same level it was in August 2018. The central bank said that demand-side pressures are subdued and that core inflation will take 2 to 3 years to converge at the central bank's target of 5%. Professor MABIRIZI'S explained that the economy had grown by 5.4% at the end of June 2019 compared to 6.5% in the first half of the financial year 2018-2019. Going forward, Professor MABIRIZI'S said the outlook is uncertain due to an unfavorable global economy. The US-China trade war has affected the global economy as well as tensions over Brexit. The nearly year-long impasse between UMEME and the Electricity Regulatory Authority over the former's distribution, operation and maintenance costs could be nearing an end. This follows ERA's publication of a set of new performance parameters that shall be applicable for the remaining years of UMEME's 20-year concession. The two entities have been at loggerheads for close to a year. The standoff started when the regulator rejected UMEME's proposed distribution, operation and maintenance costs, reasoning that they were high. In its earliest application, UMEME requested for about 2.186 trillion shillings through the remaining years of its concession. However, these were rejected by the regulator on the account that they were high and would hike the end-user tariffs. In a notice Friday, ERA allowed UMEME distribution, operation and maintenance costs of 1.563 trillion over the 7-year period. The company has also seen the number of customers it has to connect to the grid annually over the period increased from 245,000 in 2019 to about 411,000 customers in 2025. That was News in Business. Now for Power of Africa series, the key principle of following the Baha'i faith is that mankind is one. A faith that originated in Iran by a worship leader known as Baha'u'llah, was introduced to Ugandans in April 1951 and has seen many faithfuls from across the world travel to Uganda to see this soaring temple only found in Africa. In this episode, we explore the architectural beauty that does not only strike Ugandans, but many visitors as well to the country.
Built more than 40 years ago, the Baha'i Temple is like a crown on the crest of Kikai Hill, 4 miles from Kampala, off Gayaza Road. The soaring temple, awesomely located on 52 acres of tree-studded gardens, is the only one in Africa. The splendid dome-shaped temple is one of 9 of the Baha'i temples worldwide. Like other Baha'i temples, the temple is 9-sided with 9 doors to signify 9 religions of the world. It is 124 feet high and covers a diameter of 44 feet. Its green conical dome is made of tiny glazed mosaic tiles. The Baha'i tour guide we have come to know as Michael shared what makes the architectural design of Baha'i temple exceptional.
Construction was initiated in 1958, that was January 26, and it was completed in 1961.
That is in January?
Yes, in 1961, and basically at the time it was the tallest building in East Africa, and now, as you can see, because it is a unique architectural concept, it is something that people may want to come and see, apart from the spiritual aspect of it. But the green tiles on the top of the dome, those are mosaic tiles from Italy, and as you know, mosaic tiles, they're very small pieces and they're put together. And then the stone was quarried in Uganda, the stone cladding that adorns the walls. And then the green roof tiles you see here on the lower levels, those are from Belgium. On the lower roofs. Yeah, they're not iron sheets, they're green tiles. And then the glass was from Germany. And then the wooden doors and the benches are made out of the muvule tree, which is found here in Uganda.
Inside, 9 big pillars and 27 smaller ones support the temple. It was built in 4 years and was opened to the public on January 15th, 1962. It can accommodate 800 people. The Baha'i faith was introduced to Uganda in 1851, making it one of the earliest Baha'i communities in Eastern Africa. The first Baha'i house of worship on the African continent was completed in 1961. It is situated in the capital and has become a well-known landmark in the capital. Now, for more Pearl of Africa stories, visit our website, which is newvision.co.ug/Pearl of Africa. A newspaper, The Sunday Vision, is also another home of adventures, so grab your copy every Sunday for Pearl of Africa stories.
Now we go into sports. In sports tonight, Chapter guy known for his power in the final stretch of contests once again timed his race to perfection after a topsy-turvy entertaining affair involving Ugandans, Kenyans and Ethiopians at the front to eventually break free of Kajalcha with less than 100 meters to go. A grueling and superbly tactical 25 laps ended with the exhausted yet excited 23-year-old going down on the surface, face up and clenched fists in the air, after crossing the finish line with a world-leading time of 26 minutes, 48 seconds, 36 microseconds. His closest title challenger, Kajalcha, took silver with a new personal best of 26 minutes, 49 seconds, 34 microseconds, while Kenyan Ronex Kipruto came through in third with 26 minutes, 50 seconds, 32 microseconds to secure the bronze. Uganda Cranes long-serving left-back Godfrey Walusimbi joins FK Vilsrea in the Albania's first division on a one-year contract. Walusimbi is not the first Ugandan to join the club. He joins the likes of Yunus Santam, Tony Maweje. The development was confirmed by the club website. It is left-back defender Walusimbi Godfrey. The player has signed a one-year contract and is expected to arrive in Shkodra within this week as soon as he is granted an entry visa to Albania. It should be remembered that Jaja Walu was sidelined on the 20-man squad summoned by new Uganda Cranes head coach Jonathan McKinstry that will face Ethiopia in the international friendly scheduled for this month. The club is among the Asian clubs in the Albania First Division. It is currently seated in the 7th position with 4 points in 3 games. Jaja Walu started his football career in 2006 at SC Villa. He later joined Bwenamoya FC, currently known as Vipers, to SC Don Bosco in DRC. In 2013, he joined SC Villa. He played for Gor Mahia FC in Kenya, later joined South African side Kaizer Chiefs in 2018. He has scored 3 goals in 105 appearances for the national team. We're now going to get into our special report. Today marks 26 years since the Uganda Manufacturers Association was opened at Lugogo, Kampala, launched by President Yoweri Museveni in 1993. UMA, as it is commonly known, has through the years become the leader in the affairs of manufacturers. Now, as part of the independence celebrations, New Vision TV takes you back at what happened in 1994, the 2nd anniversary.
Had, however, begun earlier in the week with the opening of the 2nd International Trade Fair at Lugogo. The fair was opened by President Yoweri Museveni on Friday evening, the 7th of October.
When we started the Uganda project. Also, you come by. Where had you gone? To London. We are now able to make like any other. And we are able to. Once you plant the tree in the middle, then it grows. When it is dead, the cow can no longer destroy it. I remember Sam is the general manager of the bank. And we provide we have myself.
Show me the non-commissioned agency ones.
It's very good.
The others can buy from you.
Yes, they have been buying.
They've been buying.
They have been buying.
This is a satellite telephone. We have 4 satellites above the world, 36,000 kilometers away. And what you do is you aim the lid to the satellite, and then you can talk just like on a normal telephone. Works very easily and very well.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency.
The big cost pushers are 4. Number 1, the cost of transport. Number 2, the cost of electricity. Number 3, the cost of money. And number 4, the cost of labor. In Uganda, the cost of labor has been low, so that's not a problem. Therefore, the problems for Africa, actually, not just for Uganda, have been the other 3. Transport, electricity, and interest rates.
Honorable Minister of Trade has accepted to stay behind. She will officiate the handover of the rest of the awards. There are quite a number, there are 16 left.
And that was New Vision TV News. My name is Lynn Komjisha. Thank you for watching. I now leave you with a fact file.